Each of these religions are amazing and beautiful in themselves. But unfortunately, this is a fixed object.
Yeah.
But in reality, it is not.
Because we got colonized, by the way. That's the reason. We're just being nice.
Yeah, totally.
They're trying to.
But they will never be able to until they let go of one principle, which is the fundamental flaw.
So we're going to start off with a bunch of questions about, and we're going to talk about concepts.
Right.
That's round one.
Right.
Okay. So we're going to talk about definitions, meanings, and just give an overall sense of the whole thing. So the very first thing we're going to touch upon is define spirituality. How do you define spirituality?
I'll share what it means to me. For me, spirituality is all about trying to really understand who are you. And that one sentence covers it all. The answer to that question entails you going within, understanding different aspects about your own self, working with your emotions, working with your thoughts, working with all the pain and hurt that comes along, and then clearing your inner space. And as you clear your inner space, you keep moving one step at a time closer to your natural state, which is the state of the Creator, which is the state of the One Energy, which is the state of God Almighty, which is undefinable. This state is very difficult to put it in words, but there are few pointers to it for you to get a sense. This is pure bliss, pure love, pure peace, pure joy, and it's a very expansive space wherein life just flows through you and you just are a channel. And it's all creativity flowing through you, and it's a very abundant space where everything is expansive. So that's the journey from where you are to that point when you experience this space, the space of your permanent self, which is the soul, each moment.
That's great. Wonderful. Wonderfully put. Your opinion on religion. And what is the difference between spirituality and religion?
Wow, that's a very wonderful question. And it's a very... I'm very glad you asked this question, because that's the need of the hour. Almost all religions, in fact, I'll say all religions were started with this very intent. To help a person go within and then clear your inner space and experience that state, which is also called the state of pure consciousness or God-likeness. Right? We have some great religions in this world today. We have had them since donkey's years. I mean, the ages, it's like eons. Right? I mean, they're not even words from the time since we've had these great religions, civilizations, like ranging back from Mayan civilization to the African civilization to the Mohenjo-daro civilization or the Indian civilization. And each of these religions are amazing and beautiful in themselves. But unfortunately, what has happened is that over a period of time, the interpretation of what the religion stands for, the interpretation of texts, and the people who are holding the positions of spreading these religions, which in other words, whoever they are, right? who are kind of in charge of the religion, if I may use the word. Not all of them, and I would not say everyone, but most of them have not even experienced this space of going within and kind of understanding the true essence of the religion.
That's very interestingly put, because there's someone called Gordon Allport, who's like a psychologist.
Okay.
He did some studies, and he said most people who are in like traditional religion don't have as many spiritual experiences as people who are outside of traditional religion.
Right.
So that comes. Plus, what else I also believe is that I think as for each generation, the interpretation of the truth is different according to their own
Context and the
yeah.
situation, and if you look at it, right, a lot of precedents,
Yeah.
the rituals and traditions and practices have taken over,
Yeah.
and the essence or the source of that practice or ritual, the thought behind which it started,
Yeah.
I think that has been relegated completely.
I
So
agree.
working with the one energy, working with the inner space, working with the chi and cha, or the yin and yang, or the Shiva and Shakti,
Yeah.
as part of the religion,
Yeah.
is reduced to a very minute minority right now.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
The vast majority is not even aware
That's
that
true. Yeah.
this exists.
God has become something external that you seek.
Correct.
You are not part of it.
Correct.
You don't belong.
Correct.
And which is not the case. We are made of the same things.
Correct. Exactly.
Which is a wonderful lead up to the next question.
Yeah.
Which is, why do we say that everything is made of energy?
Wow.
Yeah.
Or why do we say that? And it's a very beautiful question. And different religious texts across civilizations, across thousands of centuries, have put this thing very differently. They've said that God is present everywhere. And you look at all the religions of the world, that's exactly what they say, right? And you're putting it differently and you're saying that the energy is present everywhere. Right?
Yeah.
The reason is that in reality, there is this only one energy.
Yeah.
And nothing except this energy.
Then how is there like a physical
This
material
physical form is one manifestation of that energy. Like this physical form is like your body is like, these are all physical forms of that one energy. So I'll give you an example. Until 5 or 6 decades back, physicists or traditional science used to believe that atom is the smallest particle which can be seen by your 5 senses.
Yeah.
Or can be tested with your 5 senses, which you can see visually through a microscope. But then came along quantum mechanics or quantum physics.
Yeah.
And then quantum physics now says that what was earlier perceived to be an empty space, which was 99.9999 to 4 decimals, that was perceived to be empty.
Empty. Yeah.
Right, earlier. Now quantum physicists say that this contains electromagnetic energy.
Great.
It's not empty.
Yeah.
And they're still trying to understand how the electromagnetic energy works. Every physical matter that you see around you, right, Anirudh?
Yeah.
Everything that you see around you, whether it's this marble top, this wood, your body, my body, this glass, every physical matter, water, fire, anything and everything is made up of atoms.
Yeah.
Am I right or not? Stone, desert, mountains, everything, any chemical, everything is made up of atoms, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, your body, my body. If 99% of 99.9999 4 decimals is made up of whatever there is pure electromagnetic energy.
Yeah.
Then this is that energy which is present everywhere. Yeah. And this is exactly what the spiritual world calls as God,
Why?
or pure
Why?
consciousness, or creator,
It's interesting.
or
Yeah.
cosmic energy, or divine energy, or universal energy,
Yeah.
or the one energy which is present everywhere. So, do you see that this entire physical world appears to our five senses in a certain way, right? This is a fixed object.
Yeah.
But in reality, it is not.
That's true.
In reality, this particular thing is just 99.99% of this is space. And if you can visualize it, you'll understand that. I'll give you a small context. There are 8 billion people in this planet, right? If you remove this electromagnetic energy from them completely, right? Everything else that remains out of this 800 crore people or 8 billion people, right? You just remove this electromagnetic energy, what remains can be fit into the size of an apple.
Wow. Yeah.
So the question is, the way our five senses perceive the world is very different from what it is
Wow.
in reality.
I pretty much came to terms with that after a lot of like going back and forth. I was like, how is that possible?
Right.
And like Einstein mathematically proved that E equals mc square, which is like energy equals mass. Because if the mass is moving at the speed of light squared, then that's energy. That's basically it. So that's brilliantly put in mathematical equation. But with the way I see it is, if energy is moving at high speed, like a fan, we know there's three like spokes to it, three wing blades to it, but when it's moving, when it's rotating, you can see that it looks like a solid like disc. That's because when energy moves at like really high speed, it's vibrating at such high speeds that it basically feels like a hard bound material.
Beautifully said.
Yeah, and there's various frequencies, and just countless, like infinite frequencies.
Right.
Every fraction on a scale is a frequency, and all of them can be manifested into material.
Well said.
Yeah,
very beautifully said.
That's the
very beautifully said.
Why is this all considered like pseudo? It's you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because
I totally get it.
I think it's a matter of perspective, and it also is a matter of like isn't it? You have to be ready for such kind of knowledge. What do you think about it?
So your question, if I may paraphrase it, is that why is it considered abnormal or not normal? Or
this is common knowledge.
Not common knowledge. And that's the answer to it.
Yeah, it's just not common knowledge.
It's
that's
not
true.
common knowledge.
That's it. That's true.
So believe you me, many people in this world who don't know me closely, they feel that I've gone nuts.
Yeah, me too at this point.
And
that's beautiful.
They feel that, because when I talk about these things, right, it's just that they have not experienced it. So if I'm trying to talk about, say, chocolate, right, and you've never tasted chocolate, and I'm telling you chocolate feels like this, there's a flavor which feels like this, and the taste of chocolate is like there's a bitter cum sweet taste because of sugar and chocolate combination, and that's how it feels. So while you would try to imagine it and you try to kind of visualize it, but you can never truly appreciate what a chocolate feels like until you actually taste the chocolate. Right? It's something very similar with your inner journey or experiencing the energetic realm. All of us are part of this realm, but we're not aware of this, and our avatar is not experiencing this because of the inner dust particles in the form of non-contributive thoughts or emotions that kind of prevent us from experiencing this energy or this part of us.
That's true.
So basically, in short, this understanding is not very prevalent of who we really are. Because of modern science, or the way the founding structure or the founding principle of modern science has been that anything that you can sense with your five senses is the only thing that exists. But That's where there is
slight
fundamental flaw.
yeah, there is.
Because
There's something called the sixth sense or intuition that you just know sometimes.
Yes.
There's so many times when something would happen
Yes.
and you would know like 2
Yes.
minutes before.
Yes.
Or you just have this feeling.
True.
Yeah, and now I think modern science is catching up.
They're trying to,
They're trying to.
but they will never be able to until they let go of one principle, which is the fundamental flaw. Is that which is what I mentioned.
Yeah.
That they believe anything exists only if it can be sensed by the five senses. They do not take into consideration the sixth sense, which is an integral part of being a human.
Yeah. And it's also very funny because the five senses are not perfect. Like you literally, in the visible range of light, you cannot see ultraviolet. You cannot see like...
Yeah.
So our eyes itself, we have optical illusions for that matter.
Correct.
So it's not... So basing our judgment on the five senses is
Point
not...
very well made.
Yeah.
Point very well made.
It's not perfect. They have their own flaws.
I would feel that probably modern science, and I think quantum mechanics is playing a great role in that, quantum physics, that they're trying to explore electromagnetic energy and electromagnetic waves, but even there, they use the same yardstick of perceiving through five senses. And now, as Anirudh said, as you said very beautifully, there are some people out there, not some. Yeah, I can say probably 100, 200 physicists or leading thinkers who have now experienced or gone beyond this threshold barrier and acknowledged the existence of this energy, and trying to understand this energy not through your logical mind, because we cannot understand this cosmic realm or consciousness through our conscious minds, because this is beyond where the conscious mind ends. That's when the understanding of the cosmic realm starts. So this is beyond the capability of anyone's conscious mind to experience this one energy. So you have to transcend the mind, basically.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that's great.
So that's about it. And believe you me, in ancient civilizations, even today, right, whether it's Mayan civilization, Chinese civilization, or Indian civilization, this was an integral part of the curriculum for young children. In India, it was called Gurukuls, wherein the Guru used to teach and impart this knowledge.
And from the age of 8, right?
Even less than that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that used to happen very early. And a child, this understanding was very common back then. And if you look at India's culture, this understanding is still very common. And the belief systems, some of the belief systems that come in because of this understanding. It's deep rooted in India's culture. I haven't had a chance to travel much outside of India, so I'm not sure how the understanding is out there. But here, I'm 100% sure that the understanding is very deep rooted, passed on from generations.
Yeah. But it's also like to an extent fogging. It's fogged.
Yes, it is fogged.
It
is not clear.
It's not,
because there is that institutional setup of a Gurukul
has been removed
from the entire thing. And then we are now following the modern education system in India as well. And
because we got colonized, by the way. That's the reason. We're just being nice.
Yeah, totally. I mean, we were ruled by British for about 200 years. And I think, so I'm not blaming anybody, and that's not my intent. The intent is that took away and that brought in the modern education system. And I think we have to blame ourselves as well, because we adopted that like fish takes to water. That phase wherein we I think it's right time for the entire world. It's not only India, but each and every person to go back and start this journey again. So next 5 decades, we'll see a lot of people embarking on this journey of understanding who they really are and working with the subtlest side of theirs, which is the conscious energy, which is the energetic side of theirs.
Yeah.
And then creating a life for themselves which what they would like to experience.
That's beautiful. Beautiful. I think we should talk way more on this, but we'll come back to it. Hello, people. Hope you enjoyed the episode. There's more where that came from. We've done a whole series, 20 plus episodes, talking about various topics. There's a lot of escapism going on in today's life, and I just want to tell people that there is a way out of this. The best way is to clear your inner space. The best way to figure out what you want to do in life is to clear your inner space. If you really enjoyed what we're talking about, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. It would mean the world to me and us. And if you want to check out the app, here's a QR code on the screen, and you can also check out the links in the description. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.
If not several lifetimes,
Yeah.
at least several decades
or
several years to accumulate.
from the beginning of the universe.
From the beginning of your soul's journey.
Yes.
See, most of us have gone through several traumas across different lifetimes. We're not even aware of what is driving us. And the whole journey is to come out of your mind. The light shines through easily, correct? And
That's true.
you get to experience your true self.
Yeah.
In other words, in that state, you come out of the matrix.
Oh my god, whoa, what is that? Oh my god, I just stumbled upon gold mine.